Donko abong mobibia ahama kwaba edeba Cstv news 24 esumre na so insama etwego my mobi manso de yesin kungwa ere kasiado so ede eba besomu na kasiano mayehwe de bedi mutitima ankasa kita usana busumeda na chese June 30th a chese subrane etoye ewo my Ghana hadum esenu Interior Minister Ede Amanabo Abase emu nipa eduasa enkron na ifemu eto adananum ewa insiedo afen pedefo de abeto edwa ese ECD hu sesema inde kani dum notch na asoi ebo ne busumeda no na chese kanya no betimi ejina so na yebetu fa akọ US amainu emu meka say die US abai no ade kokobo ade manfo a chese woni Iran ejuba se wotwe ho enfa enfree Iran ho weni nsema hodo a inde wiye sinkungwa yede kase so ade ba besomu na hene so ese kase yate apete ewo abe fideti tai so ko Facebook a Cstv GS so YouTube Cstv je kwa like share that Facebook for aje so eto asiado manobo so se ne be bibia ye be your house so benye bi ahwe ewo na idiam je so ayama me ama bakwa mayida ye mutu ye ba ede mu hwe mankasa ebeso Merase ya shaya kasiya no asiya na yedi ni ekwa kuchiremu ewa omaimu mrashe bejofie sa obekaya nanwada ana sami jemfi onu ura cheso oshe Ghana good board eso ade insem ebetu eja nina efa 22 million Ghana cedis ayera efree good board hu amachese Alexander Afenyoma ken eso ebeka bi nande ya meka say Alexander Afenyoma Ken meka say wase wo siu sabi jemfi ewo asendibia na mayenti sema indrada asema ekoso ewo mrashe bijem minority leader Alexander Afenyoma Ken ede etujano ebi.
Speaker, in the face of the allegations of extortion leveled against me, I have chosen to take high moral ground by submitting myself to the processes of the law. I have accordingly caused writs to be filed in suit number GT 1029/2026 entitled Osahin Alexander Afenyoma Ken versus Samuel Edujemfi and Multimedia Group Limited at the Accra High Court, and suit number GR/ACH/CC/C5/02/2026 entitled Osahin Alexander Afenyoma Ken versus Eric Ejay and Peace FM at the Chimota Circuit Court. I have every confidence that in the fullness of time, the court will make the appropriate determination on these matters. Mr. Speaker, I also await with bated breath that the man or the men who made the allegation will have the courage to report the matter to the police or the OSP or any investigating agency in this country. And I expect that if they muster the courage to report that I have extorted from them and I am invited, I shall submit myself to every investigation so that eventually my name is cleared. Mr. Speaker, there is a limit to political discourse. There are lines that must not be crossed, and these red lines, once crossed, they must be dealt with. Mr. Speaker, I can modestly and humbly say that I have served in this position with integrity. I came into this office a man of hard work with determination, and I have achieved for myself what I have to do for myself, my family, and my constituents. Mr. Speaker, I work with clear conscience and with fidelity to the responsibilities entrusted to me. I say so without more.
Now, my friends are in several SFAD attribute our in several framework. Don't do no mobile Denny Mahama Ayariga eso de Ekokobo Emma Amanyo as a war use to that's what day a parliament man shebija a 2 minutes just a mode a for now opening a treble SSO your ammonia and non tress would 2 minutes a ben for now my Sema Mahama Ayariga edit to Jano Ebi.
I want to also say in response to my colleague, the minority leader, that I believe that this is a country where there is full assurance of freedom of speech, both in the chamber and outside the chamber. And I don't believe that there's any political targeting of anybody freely expressing themselves either in this chamber or outside this chamber. At the same time, I also don't believe that anybody should try to use this chamber or any platform to intimidate the law enforcement agencies when they are cracking down on criminal conduct. Be they conduct of politicians, of ordinary armed robbers, of any other citizen. Crime is crime. We believe that we pass laws in this house so that they will be enforced outside there. When the law enforcement agencies are enforcing those laws, we should not come and stand in this chamber and bastardize them and try to intimidate them and try to give their conduct political coloration. It does not help. I have repeatedly said in this chamber that we should not consider ourselves as politicians as being in a special class that can commit crimes and get away with it. When those who steal goats and fowls and guinea fowls are sent to jail because they stole goats and fowls and guinea fowls. When those who steal rams to perform the outdooring of their children are sent to jail. When we steal millions of Ghana cedis as politicians, we think that we belong to a special class, and when law enforcement agencies come after us, we will protest. I believe that this country cannot progress with an attitude like that. And so I don't believe that it is fair when the law enforcement agencies are doing their work for us to come to this chamber and try to bastardize those law enforcement agencies. Mr. Speaker.
Ora Mahama Ayariga na yakotere ekaro na uni se na noda ne beto edwa enkrata beto edwa se Mahama Ayariga ya boni din se onkoso afeso ya ma mezina to Agyeman Rollins ya boni din se onkoso no kra na so ebi ma mrahye beje to Elsa Efra mrahye beja foni na se wamra na face asem no yetimi ebobo hu na eno na so ma donkuma ba no deni Alexander Kwamina afe Makin Ede Abasubo Ede Ama majority leader Mahama Ayariga.
Even as they repeat the mantra that Gold Board is running losses, they are not in the same press conferences saying that as a result of the alleged loss of Gold Board, your city is now stronger than it was when MPP was in office. We are not also telling Ghanaians that as a result...
We congratulate our colleague, Honorable James Agaga, on his elevation to the high office of Majority Leader. He brings to that office many years of experience at the bar and in this chamber. We hope he will use that experience to address, through sound national policy, the bread and butter issues that matter to the Ghanaian people. This minority stands ready to engage him in that spirit, firmly but fairly. We also extend our commendation to the outgoing majority leader, my respected senior at the bar, Mahama Ayariga, on his nomination as Minister for Local Government chieftaincy, and religious affairs. We look forward to critically examining that nomination fearlessly at the appointment committee. We hope he arrives at that ministry equipped to confront the filth that has overtaken our cities and towns. Fill this ministry hole squarely at the door of government for failing to enact a sanitation policy. Speaker, personally, I am filled with nostalgia. This is a man I've always respected, and I'll dearly miss him in our usual banter on this house floor. Mama, I respect you. I've enjoyed our friendship. The media sometimes misconstrued the exchanges, but you and I know what we know. Congratulations, and I wish you well and many more accomplishments.
Ora Alexander Afenyo Markin Dunkumabanu Deni na Yokotene Enkana Okasevi Echire Ana Mahama Ayariga Ede Sevetu Ejawo Tribu Ese Ogusua Eyamrashe Anase Ogusua Dodo Onobanu Deni Nenche Obefri Eye Odesa Eye Tuminu Ebema James Agaga Onu Anachese Yaboli Di Se Onu Enye Dodo Onu Banu Deni na say abra oba kono obehwe ese wode nsama hodo beba betu edwa akire ne power ba be ye ede ama eye mrahye bedwafie no maintin sema opini ede tuja nebi.
I also want to thank my colleague, the minority leader, for his very kind words about me and my tenure with him in this house, except to say that I'm still the majority leader. I have not left yet. And I will soon be leaving. And when I finally will leave, I will deliver my address to the House, during which I would recognize my good days with him, and I want to thank him for all that we have accomplished together, working with integrity, with honesty, and with forthrightness in our relationship. I also want to urge colleagues that we are going to sit for only 5 days. I therefore urge colleagues as much as we can to attend the sittings for the 5 days period so that we can accomplish many of the things that we have indicated.
Na ora mahama ayariga ekasawi yechre anna mrahye bejem chiamehene aban case for smana gbagben ade atu edwase prepare yakase ora agaga adasa James agaga enyonu anna chese oyedom dudu no ba no deni ewom se yabodi din de na so prepare yakase mahama ayariga anna oyedom dudu no ba no deni.
The communication says acting because the president has no authority to communicate the change of the leadership of the House to the Speaker. And so it was actually done in error. This matter has come before the House a number of times. As a result, even in our current standing orders, we had to define the two terms, majority leader and minority leader. And clearly, majority leader, by our standing orders, says majority leader means a member of parliament designated by the majority caucus as their leader in the House. And as you know, the practice is that the party, under the hand of the General Secretary of the party, communicates that decision of the party to the Speaker. That is what has happened so far. And because of earlier disagreements, we had to relook at it, and we all came out with this definition, which is captured in the standing orders. I want to clarify this. So the procedure today may look different. That is why you still see the majority leader is still on his seat, because he's still the majority leader until otherwise communicated by the party and then decided by the caucus and the information passed on. Then you have the usual courtesies that we done on the floor.
TWI Speaker of Parliament Alban Case Osman Agbagben and Ayakotere and Canon Naswafo no if he semu so Ndrada and a government accountability series so ewo mrashe bejere no enanso ama mutaka mubarak yaswafo no if he sem so edeseba to ejawo chebo ese won hwehwe pa omode egu akwemu no nipa be se empem mienu hanuni edio watching ebaako achese wono waye etukwatnafo a obabe piemu ewo omangana ha chese nkrata sem anase wonye gana ni no wotimi ahwe ama nipa be se ahason ni edioson en9 de yade se yema won etimi akobia wo free eba wo chebo ediasa nhwehwe no wodi egu akwen wafimpinu ni edionu enumu.
Ghana occupies a very unique position in the sub-region. We are an oasis of peace and stability in the sub-region that has, in recent years, faced significant security and economic challenges. This explains the urge of people from countries experiencing difficulties within the sub-region and beyond to look to Ghana for refuge. But we also have a duty to protect our borders, maintain public order, and safeguard our national security and economic interests. By the end of 2025, the Ghana Immigration Service has removed 2,281 migrant beggars on our streets and 774 other illegal immigrants involved in transnational organized crime that had been removed from Ghana. By July this year, the Ghana Immigration Service has also removed 960 migrant beggars from the streets of Kumasi and Accra and 186 other illegal immigrants from our country. We are pursuing this removal fully conscious of Ghana's obligation under the ECOWAS protocol on free movement of persons, as well as the diplomatic relations and long-standing ties we and other countries have. Our objective is to reduce irregular migration and unlawful activities associated with it to the barest minimum, while ensuring that enforcement actions are lawful, undertaken by the appropriate authorities and carried out in a manner that is respectful of human dignity. Let me be clear that the challenges before us is not of lack of political will, security, intelligence, or leadership. It is principally a question of skill, and I can assure the public that there is a high-level consensus with earmarked logistical support to increase the scale of the removals and strengthen our borders. Evidence of that will soon be apparent. We will continue to protect Ghana's tradition of hospitality, but we will do so alongside a firm commitment to the rule of law and national security and public order. So, by way of update, this is what we have on the illegal immigrants.
Na abosom mienu eni achese subrane etoye ewo omanga na hatitroba eyenkranpoponi manteman so no egiripa eyi achese efamafo enomu neno enam so emaswafo no ehwe efisebe so eyemutaka mubarak echebo ese wosa subrane etoye no nipa biese eduasa enkron ana achese efemu eto anananam ewo esiedo abofra achese no wenya bosome enai no ono so besin de nya de se yetimi ehu ne kira kwan emusem eni
And then we all recollect the sad incident that hit us on the 29th of June, where 77 districts were affected in 7 regions nationwide with a flood. A total of 91,989 persons from 18,398 households were victims of the disaster. 1 person remained missing for a 4-month baby at Ghana East, and 39 deaths. And you can see the table that we provided. The regions, Volta region, the number of districts that were affected was 7. The total number of affected persons was 9,466. The total number of deaths were 4. Greater Accra, the number of districts that were affected were 27. The number of persons that were affected were 56,022. And the number of deaths that we had was 17. Central region, 16 districts were affected. 21,882 persons were affected, and the number of deaths in Central region was 18. Western region, Western North, we had 6 districts that were affected. 937 were affected. No death. No death was recorded in the case of Western North. Western region proper, 2 districts were affected, and the number of persons that were affected was 2,031. In Eastern region, only 1 district was affected, and the number of persons that were affected were 190. In Asante region, we had 16 districts that were affected. 1,461 were affected without death. So when you put the total, you have the 91,986.
Nanwada ECG mpenifuo ede nkrata beto edwa esamu de nhyehyɛ mapa egu akwanmu sene beya nkanye dundum ewo omangana hanu se no betimi aso ano nda meka se eye don dodo no ba no deni mahama ayarega ele sababa beto edwa wo chebu esewo ebo ne bosome ewo afimpinu ni eduonu ensiemu no eye nkanye dundum ewo omangana hanu betimi aso ano,
which is reducing the supply of gas to the country. And again, I want to assure you that I have the assurance of the Minister for Energy that by the end of September, the issues causing the power outages will be resolved. We're all in this country, and we saw the fire outage that destroyed the transmission substation at Akosombo. We all know that our gas suppliers are having a maintenance schedule which is reducing the supply of gas to the country. And again, we also know that a lot of our energy infrastructure is aging. And as a result of the aging infrastructure, we need to engage in routine maintenance and change. And during these periods, we'll be compelled to shut off the power in order to be able to carry out these routine maintenance activities. These, we hope, will be finished by the end of September, and the minister assures us by that time we will resume the stable power that we have been enjoying since John Dramani Mahama became president again.
Yajina ora Mahama ayarega insenwe so na ya dan hotel ya ba dwede mu sem ne de akechi so ye de beso.
The manager of Crystal Jorek Pet Shop. Here, we have varieties of pet foods and accessories. When it comes to dog foods and cat foods, we have everything. We have the 25 kg pellets, the 20 kgs, the 10 kgs. We have Happy Home, High Performance, Dog Chew, Jack Pet Food, GC Puppy and Adults, High Retrieval, Happy Canine, When it comes to the lesions or the colors, we have everything, whether small, medium, or large. We have their supplements, their vitamins, fish oils, medicated soaps, and their tablets. We also have the flea and tick sprays, their refreshers. And when it comes to their bowls, we have different types of bowls, stainless or plastic bowls, medium, large. We have their traveling bags, their bathing tubs, their towels, and all their chains as well. We also do breeding of dogs and cats, whether you are looking for poodles, puppies, any mixed breed, we have them. Foreign cats too are available. When it comes to their treats, we have the big bones, we have their biscuits, we have their snacks, we have our locations. One is located at East Legon American House, adjacent KB Clay, near Intifo Avenue Street. We also have a branch at Blue Lagoon, Sacramento, opposite the Ghana Poultry Farmers Association, General Anchor Street. You can contact us on 0243 03 2066 or 020
abetu edwa wochebu sese obekaya wabra abanye ebo into abono wodin dwumedie bi ehihye so anase wode dwumedie bi ebaye 24-hour economy no eno no eba beboa amatese nyuma enso etimi edimu eno na meka se ya Abdul Rashid minister ababontin abechirechiremu nsama anase 24-hour economy policy no waba bechirechiremu senia ebesi akọ ede afama yintensemu peni.
Economy is a symbolic policy that allows government institutions and private institutions to respond to the demand and the policy direction to increase their work input and then therefore output. So to give it a definition, it is part of the definition to talk about 1 in 3, but it's bigger than that. The bigger portion of it is to energize the private sector to work 24 hours. It's not that simplistic that we want to see people working every day. So if a minister comes, another minister should come. And, that's a very simplistic way of looking at it. It's bigger than that. It is a redefinition of our whole economy. It's to give economy more energy and direction. And it is to make sure that those who are producing should produce more. And I'll advise the opposition to study the concept more closely so they don't run it up to meaning everybody work 3 in 1.
Only 2 paths before them: complete global isolation and a subsistence economy, or a path back to normalcy with an opportunity to rejoin the global economy. Today we are launching Operation Economic Outcast to foreclose every other option available to the Iranian regime. Any entity that facilitates money laundering on behalf of Iran will be removed from the US dollar system. The clock just started ticking. Let there be no ambiguity as to the position of the United States. An economic engagement of any kind with this murderous regime will expose those responsible to the full reach of American power. And to those who enable Tehran, do not discount the cost of testing Washington's resolve. No nation should expect to enjoy the rewards of our system while helping those who seek to destroy it. It is now a time for world leaders to make a decision between prosperity and isolation, peace and terror, America and Iran.
My free sansem no SAFA ni entremo ewa agudebo ensemwe. 2026-2027 season no just make us Asante Kotoko goalkeeper dan lado kaya afimpinini eduonu n9 ana just abrante de nedwumedi nina egu from inde make us new coach waba Asante Asante Kotoko asan afreno say wombra no mbedi ejuma dan lad Ibrahim ensem eniwa bra just wakosin sign krata bibia maintain semo abrante editu jano ebi.
Yeah, as a young boy, and even when I was living, I was still young, so I was having that kind of dream that definitely I'm gonna be back, and then I continue the good works for this club. So I went outside the country, and the kind of experiences that I just got over there, and then even within myself in Kotoko when I was here, I had my challenges and let's say the good moments as well. So blend of all these two, definitely there's going to be a lot of changes personally and also in terms of playing. So there will be big changes or let's say slight changes in me. So it shouldn't be a surprise to a lot of people because we are growing and then we are getting matured in the game and also in terms of personality. Being a champion is easy, but how to maintain it? So now how to maintain my performance and everything is up to me. It's all about hard work. Since I'm here, I'm ready for every challenge. I came here as a young boy, and even when I was living, I was.
Auntie Danlad Ibrahim na enye Danlad nkwana yato sa afreno abrante chese yefreno se Murad so afreno se chese Asante Kotoko onkonkoye goalkeeper fa masa team no na ose oba omaiga na hanum ese ya ohwe club ahodo ewo omayi mu no Asante Kotoko ana chese esopa eye na mayiti sima Murad de atudwa no ebi.
Because in this class in the Ghana, you have a lot of trophies, and I want to be part of the club, the big club, and giving my best to let the team trust me. I wish to be the best goalkeeper in this club. Our ambition to do more, so that's why I choose this club.
Endra English Premier League match bako etoja Chelsea na feso Fulham de ebo eni ewie chire Chelsea etime ebo ekamiensa Fulham tumi ete ekano mienu nanu ana Chelsea manager Zabi Alonso achebo ese wade abasobopa ana ede team ni se wotime abo mo ho modern
To win away games, and but we want we have managed well to suffer, to compete, to do whatever it takes in certain moments, and that's why it feels great. These 3 points. The early goal helped to get confidence. I think that we have had few chances to score the second one before the equalizer, but we were quite stable. We were quite comfortable even without the ball, and we were a threat. The 3 strikers, they were combining well, creating chances, and at the end to know that to win games away you need to roll your sleeves and to fight and to defend your goal. It's something that we need to do for the future as well, and today's first day I think it's a good first day for us. I think that overall the squad is balanced, and we need to have good foundations from the back, from the middle to connect with these players.
Zabi Alonso Elono na Fulham manager ya Abero no so ekasaya after the game na maitizema opening editu jano ebi.
We're not happy with the result because I think we deserve more. We have many chances to score some more goals, and obviously I think we concede goal that we cannot concede. So easy for Chelsea, especially in this moment, those moments, in the first minute of the game, at the end of the first half, at the end of the first half, in the second half, the beginning of the second half. So bad moments to concede goals, and easy goals for them. So we are not happy with that, but I think also we show some character, some ambition. We play in our game, again, in our style, against a good team.
really good team. And I think we play in the way that we want to play, with that character, with that personality, with that ambition, with that passion. The atmosphere was incredible, so thanks to all our supporters, they were incredible. Yes, we need to keep going, keep improving, and in 3 days we'll have another game.
Yeah, how much of a credit is it to yourselves that you had a bit of a nightmare start with the goal so soon after kickoff, but you still came away from the first half sort of being on top?
Yes, of course. It's not easy when you can.
Na yanko wie kase ni na ewo enigediebo SM na gospel musician na Yohama Messi enso ede se ba be tedwa wo tribu ese every 2009 ache so o release ni nyom ba kwa ye Fred se wo be ye kese wo se nomination ba yet ya kase mami etimi otimi ewini ye na wa bra ache so wo je award no kane mampani John Nejekum Kufo ana ache se de award si ede ehye mami ensano chewe se wabra chese waji we no awards no chese osu ye pa eye na ma yintin sema wade etudwa no ebi.
One award that actually encouraged me was coming out with was it the third album, Obeye Kesi,
my song,
and
yes.
President Kufuor. I was invited to the castle.
Wow.
Then castle, can imagine.
Wow.
When I was going, I was shivering. Because if I invited to the castle, it is two things I did not even know. So I was there, my mom called me, what boarding? I was what to have as my head then. And then my mom said, you have been, President Kufuor has recognized you as one of the best musicians in the country. I said, it's a lie. Maybe they were actually writing somebody's name.
And they made a mistake.
So honestly, I was the last person to go for my brochure.
Wow.
Because I never believed it until I heard Kwamsi Fakai talking about it and mentioning my name. Can you imagine? I cried the whole day.
Why are you crying?
Joy. Honestly, I can't tell you how I was feeling. It was tears of joy and going to the castle and soldiers saluting.
Yebejira se we so na kase ya boabo ni na no yedi esi ewa hanyu ko e no so ya se yedi penie ese kungwa yedi kase no so ede ever so more Sarah's Dream Jewelries, Hamza Block Machinery and Block Manufacturing, KS Mesco Limited, NAP Apartment Hotel, and Alfonso Crystal Direct Show. I want to say, I send you the Cassie so at the ever so more. And what work on in any baby, I see. And I'm just so, Mamma, Amma, Bafua, Macro.